Hello.
Hi.
How is everybody today?
Team Lippy here.
I'm Shari.
I'm Becca.
We are Team Lippy, and we are part of Heidi's Glamour Girls.
Yeah. The best team around, in case you were wondering.
We're here today to be super boring and talk to you about...
That's not our norm, but that's what we're going to do today.
Yeah, we're talking to you about the science behind Lipsense, and Heidi nominated us to do that because of our profession. We spent a lot of years in school.
Yeah. like 6 years in like science school.
Science. So we know just how boring it can be.
But
so
also, we spent 6 years in science school, so we geek out a little bit about it. Like, we get excited. So just
well, I mean, what do you? This stuff doesn't come off. Like what?
I
I'm
put this on
running
at
it.
9:30 this morning. 9:30. Nothing.
Okay. What color do I want to show? Oh, what I'm wearing today, I have on 2 layers of Fire and Ice and 1 of pink champagne. It's like one of my favorite.
That's a great combo.
I'm loving it. And I wear pink all the time.
I went like really neutral today, and I'm just wearing 3 layers of beige champagne with some glossy.
Looks good.
I like it. It's my fave neutral, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So science. We almost brought down some science goggles to wear for this.
My head's too big for Lucas's, 4-year-old Lucas's science goggles.
So we put them back.
So it didn't work out.
We don't have our lab coats on either. You can trust us.
Get enough of that at work.
Yeah. Not today. Okay. So if you look at your bottle of Lipsense, there are a bunch of ingredients in here. Words you don't know, words you can't say.
I also can't say them. And I spent 6 years in science school. We don't know.
So we can't say them either. I mean, we could try, but that's just going to bore you.
Unnecessary.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about the important ones and just kind of like basic them down.
And why this stuff is so amazing.
Yes. We'll put a link at like underneath of the video in the comments or something once we're done, in case you're like super interested in it and you really want to get into the nitty gritty. But we figured that was not what you're about
video.
No.
You're not going to want to join our team if we're being all sciencey. I mean, you might.
Maybe. If so, click on that link.
Read that article. Okay, so ingredient number 1, it says alcohol. Now, this is not alcohol that you drink. No. This is alcohol. And it is pretty important.
It's like a chemical grade, like cosmetic grade alcohol that is too high for just regular drinking. Don't do it.
Do not drink it.
Don't do it.
It has 4 major properties that are exciting for Lipsense and why it works. Number 1, it is an antimicrobial, so you don't get a bunch of bacteria and stuff growing in your tube. You don't get a bunch of stuff growing on your lips.
Right. And that is part of the reason why whenever you put it on, people will talk about that tingle or possibly even a burn. And that's from the bacteria all dying. That's the source of your bacteria. But it's great because then this will adhere to your lips better.
The alcohol also helps to speed up the drying time. So you talk about using 3 layers. The alcohol in here helps it so that it doesn't take as long for those layers to dry.
Right. Like if you've ever used, obviously, I'm sure that you've used nail polish remover at some point in your life. How you like put it on and it's dry already. Boom.
You're already using these things, so don't be afraid. So the next part of the alcohol, this one's kind of like difficult.
This one's very science. The next one is, they say that it helps to decrease viscosity, which is a science word. That means that it takes it from, it takes the color from being sludgy, like syrupy, like if you're trying to pour it, it's like not really coming, to like you're trying to pour a glass of water, where you just, you're done. Like it just slides right on.
Yeah, it's not thick. And number 4.
This is where we geek out.
Just a little bit. It's going to be hard to explain this. It activates the polymers.
Which is another ingredient.
Yes.
That we're about to talk about.
So that they work.
Yeah.
Alcohol does that.
Yes, it activates the polymers, and we'll just get straight into that because it's
polymers. Yes,
polymers are in here.
A couple next of the big words that you see on here are the polymers.
It doesn't say polymers on here. That's what they are. You can trust us.
You can read the article if you don't believe it.
We're in the health field. And they are what make it water resistant. That's why you can literally jump in the pool, get back out, and it's all still there. Sorry, my phone just went off and I forgot to put it on silent. But
yes, so it makes it hydrophobic. Science, which means it doesn't like water, so it helps that.
Just like those videos where they pour like water down a duck's back. That's what your lips are gonna do.
Yes, and the polymers also help to avoid smudging. Body doesn't rub off.
Yep, smearing. I can eat anything, drink anything. It's not going anywhere.
See.
Good call. This is the right kind of alcohol.
There may or may not be alcohol in there. It's not a big deal. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
It's 5 o'clock now. Shari.
It might be. I don't know. Oh, I guess we need to throw in a disclaimer. We are not filming this video live for a couple reasons.
She left me and she's going to the beach.
I won't. We really want to do it together because we are Team Lippy. We signed up as individuals, but we work together because our shifts are crazy and our lives are crazy, and
I do not take enough selfies to do a whole page by myself.
No, I mean, you might get tired of seeing us, so
yeah.
So we're not doing this live because we won't be together next week during the sneak peek.
But feel free to reach out to either one of us because we're both going to be around, just like separately,
just not together.
Yeah.
So. We might cry inside, but it's okay. So there's another alcohol listed on here. Isosteryl alcohol. That's a good one.
That's the fatty alcohol.
Yes.
Which sounds bad, but it's actually good. Because most alcohols, like we talked about earlier, are drying. This one, because it's a fatty alcohol, is going to help to moisten your lips. It's going to help with that no smudging, no smearing jazz that we've got going on.
Yes.
And then there's silica, also involved up in here. Let's see.
I mean, there's so many.
It's on our list. It's on the list somewhere.
Silica. Yes, silica is used.
It's like the sixth ingredient down.
I mean, they're so long you can't even read them. So number 6. It is what is used so that it doesn't cake on your lips.
Yes, so you don't get that crusty, like where it starts to like get lines in it. This won't do that because of the silica in it. It also won't cake up in the bottle, so you can get all of it out.
Yes.
Which makes it way more like you get all the bang for your buck.
So $25 seems like a lot for a color. You're like, I can go buy a lipstick for $7.
But what lip gloss have you ever gotten every drop out of before? Never.
Yes. And it stays on forever because of these ingredients. Oh my God. So this also makes them silky smooth and soft. It's wonderful. And then we go into some lubricating and conditioning agents.
There is a huge list of those, and they are all those words that you can't say at the end. But they're basically in there to help to keep it in a liquid state. It's there to help to keep your lips from getting that like crusty that you get with a lot of like the matte glosses that you might see that are big recently. And it also has an SPF component to it. So you get that on top of the mechanical barrier from the polymers we were talking about earlier, because they all bind together and get like locked in. And then
She's so smart.
I don't really know how to best say this, but I'm just letting it fly. So they bind together, they get locked in, and then it's a mechanical barrier from the sun so that your lips will not get chapped and you won't get that like where you want to like pull all that skin off your lips. That's gross. We all do it. It's gross. And you won't have that if you wear Lipsense.
Yes. So then the end of this has a bunch of other like herbal ingredients listed that are also really, have good properties to them.
Some of them are to help. The one is actually to help like with an anti-aging thing. That's the St. John's wort. And it's used for a bunch of different things. You may have seen it. It is in a very, very small quantity. So because of our health background, we want to make sure don't like worry about it.
No,
it's not going to interact with your medication. It's a really, really small amount.
So that about does it.
That's pretty much the color and
how
pretty it is.
Yeah. So the rest of those CL ingredients that you see on the bottle, that's just the composition of the color. What makes it different and unique. So now we can talk about gloss. I don't know if that was all that you wanted out of this video for the science behind Lipsense. So if not, read that article we're going to post.
Yes. It'll go through like ingredient by ingredient.
Yeah. And detail. And you're going to see words that you don't know.
Very sciencey. Grab a dictionary. You may want it. Or Google. I guess that's more... Yeah, that's more hip.
That's more
my
hashtag.
8-year-old. So, but the gloss, this is the magic. This is really the magic.
Seals in your
whatever anyone says.
Yes. Why? Why can I use this? Why do I have to use this gloss, dear, instead of $2 gloss at the dollar store?
Because this gloss is magic. It first of all, it has a bunch of silicone-based agents in it. Multiple different ingredients on this list, like the dimethicone, and then this other one, the ends in cone. The ones that end in cone, those are the silicone agents. And those are the ones that help to like make your lips look really plump and like get rid of those creases that you see in just like your regular lips. You can wear this by itself, but I mean, I'd recommend it, but I'd also recommend the color because they're also pretty.
They're so pretty.
But you can wear this like by itself, and you'll still see that effect of like your lips will look like
bigger,
plumping, and they will look like nice and healthy and hydrated because that is what this does. Fills in all those lines and creases.
It can permeate, big word, through the color from the Lipsense to still moisten your lips.
Right.
Not a lot can do that
because of those agents and the synthetic beeswax that we're going to get into here next.
So we didn't hurt any bees.
No, that's a whole big thing with this Lipsense thing. They are vegan friendly, they are gluten free, they are
GMO free, lead free,
non-free.
Yeah.
Free love. And they also they don't test on animals. They are completely against animal cruelty in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
Synthetic beeswax.
They don't even want to bother the bees because, they're having trouble surviving at this point too.
Right.
So they don't want to put them under stress to get the wax from them. So they found a way to make their own.
Exactly. And on top of it,
it's not wax though.
It's not wax. Which is why you can't use like your chapstick that you've been using before, because that wax is going to actually dry out your lips. Like you don't realize it because you have like this nice little coating, and it also has some silicone stuff in it, so it fills in those lines. But when you take it off and you stop using it, your lips don't look the same. If you don't use this the next day, your lips still look the same because it has actually
and feel the same.
Yes, and feel the same because it has actually helped to heal your lips.
Now this is coming from someone who used to be an avid chapstick user. I was like addicted.
Yeah, it was bad.
I haven't used it in months now.
I thought about sending her to rehab.
I know. I had it every day. Now I don't have to worry.
So that is the great thing about the synthetic beeswax that's in this. And then my favorite part is the shea butter.
Yes.
That we got in here because
Who doesn't love shea butter?
Seriously, you can use it on anything. But importantly, you can use it in this with your lips. It also helps to do the permeating thing, like we were talking about. And it helps to condition your lips, and that's why this is so thick. This one is more viscous, like we were talking about earlier. This one does not have decreased viscosity because it wants to sit on the lips and slowly like eat down into those layers so that it can moisten your lips and condition your lips and make them, what we were talking about earlier, like just
wonderful.
like this. That's my most sciencey term of the day. This.
So, I mean, there's a bunch of other things listed on here that, I mean, they all kind of work in conjunction to make this what it is.
Yeah.
And like we said, we'll let you read some articles that explain this a little bit more sciencey than us, because
in more detail. We already have a 15-minute video. Like, I really don't.
Yeah,
think
we're trying to like
that.
speed this along. So
But this is the basics to get you interested, and then we're gonna let somebody else do the extra.
Yeah. So if you have any questions, feel free to get a hold of either one of us,
Right.
or on our Team Lippy page. We, you know, we're there too. We love Lipsense. This is coming from 2 pharmacists, so you have to trust us.
We are the most trusted profession.
I mean,
just saying.
We even switched. I shouldn't be saying this. I switched from selling another makeup to this one because it's so fantastic.
Yeah, I tried it once, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna sell this because everyone needs it.
We all need
Everyone
it.
needs it.
Yeah. Your mother will need it. We grew up in a generation where
She will. My mother uses it. She loves it.
we grew up in a generation where it was lipstick's not a big thing. I never used to wear it.
But now you can
our
stop.
mom, no, I can't stop. It's a problem. Our mom's generations and grandmothers, they would not leave the house without this stuff
It's
on.
a thing my mom has said ever since I was like,
My
she's
mom
like,
won't
do not leave
without your lips.
your lips and your earrings.
Good point.
Yep.
It's a good, smart mom over there.
Smart mom.
So, if you have any questions, let us know. Heidi's always there for you too.
Heidi is amazing.
Heidi
Seriously.
is amazing. So, if you have any questions, we're here. Heidi's here. Team Lippy. Glamour Girls. See ya.